In today's video, I am extremely excited to tell you about my new cookbook, Chef Erin's Gluten-Free Cookbook with over 500 recipes. Yes, over 500 recipes from beginner to advanced level. So it doesn't matter if you're a beginner, if you're intermediate, if you're advanced. And with over 500 recipes, there's something in here for everybody. And I mean everybody. When I first started publishing my cookbooks, I had not transitioned into the gluten-free lifestyle yet, because at that point, my health issues, they had slowly but steadily been progressively getting worse, but they weren't at the point where I was so miserable that I needed to make changes. So in late 2017, that's when I was diagnosed with 3 different digestive disorders, on top of an autoimmune disease that I had been dealing with for about 10 years at this point. The medication the doctors provided zero relief. I was beyond frustrated and I was ready to make a change, but I didn't know what. So I stumbled across the gluten-free lifestyle, started looking at some of the health benefits and was like, I'll give it a shot. And when I tried it, not only did my digestive issues get better, but my psoriasis, which is an autoimmune disease, cleared up in less than a week. I thought to myself, that's pretty cool. I wonder what happens whenever I put it back in. So I ate gluten. It came back with a vengeance. Like the next morning I woke up and I had a huge flare up. I cut gluten back out, gone. Coincidence? I don't think so. And I will say that whenever I first made the transition to gluten-free, I was eating a lot of junk food, like gluten-free pizza, gluten-free Oreos. It wasn't all that healthy, but I still did see a difference, and that was the beginning of my journey. And working as a pastry chef in the restaurant industry, having to cut gluten, that was fun. And when I say fun, I mean it sucked. But moving on to the new book, after I published these cookbooks and people started seeing on social media that I was eating gluten-free, they started asking for gluten-free recipes. So I started posting some of them on my website, but then I'm just sitting there going, okay, my recipe library is growing again. And I can take a lot of these recipes and make them gluten-free. And the funny part was that when I opened up my culinary school book and I started thumbing through recipes, I was like, hey, a lot of these recipes are already gluten-free. And I think what a lot of people don't realize is that there are so many incredible foods that are naturally gluten-free on their own. But then when they hear the word gluten-free, they think, it's not gonna taste good. I'm here to squash that for you. You're welcome. Not only does this book have over 500 recipes, but it's also categorized into different dietary lifestyles. So we have traditional comfort food, Mediterranean, dairy-free, low carb, vegan, vegetarian, and plant-based. So in the back of this book, I'll show you. There is a specialty diet recipe index. You see that? So it tells you what all the different diets are and how they're categorized. And then there's like this really big index with a whole bunch of pages with all of the recipes grouped in here. And if you don't believe me that there's over 500 recipes, you go right ahead and count them, because I had to in this process whenever I was writing it. And if you're wondering if my dorky humor comes out in this book, it absolutely does, just like in all of my other books. I can't hide my personality. I refuse to. So it has 9 chapters, and the first chapter is an introduction. And that's tips and tricks and advice and kind of getting you started on the gluten-free lifestyle, along with like some other health tips and all kinds of stuff. And I'm not a doctor, so just remember, if you think you have celiac disease or a wheat allergy, please make sure you get tested, and because you gotta be super, super, super careful whenever it comes to ingredients that you use. And I put a lot of this information in the book, along with a disclaimer. But with the food, I've got a chapter for hot and cold appetizers, breakfast and brunch, soup, sauces, and salads, poultry, so you got your chicken and turkey, beef, pork, and seafood, vegetarian and side dishes, and of course, the bake shop. But I will say the bake shop chapter is actually the smallest, because that could have gotten a little out of hand with all of my recipes whenever it comes to desserts, because that's my background. So we'll keep that for another book, okay? And then, of course, the specialty diet index in the back of the book. This book is available on Amazon. You can get it in Kindle, paperback, or hardcover. And it is definitely my new personal favorite cookbook, because I can eat everything in there, and I'm going to. So I really sincerely hope that this book can help you either expand your library, expand your menu, expand your knowledge, expand something for the good. Because I remember how alone and in the dark I felt whenever I first had to make this transition. And if I can help somebody else get through this easier than what I went through, then my goal is accomplished. So check it out. I've posted the link below, and I'm really excited to start making some videos of recipes from this book. Woo-hoo-hoo. So I'll see you next time.